Hello there. I don't know if you can hear me. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining from. Apologies that we are starting late, but if you can hear me loud and clear, please signify.
It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now, wow. People wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo.
Good afternoon to you once again, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. Share the broadcast. It is our noon, session. News from Nigeria this morning is not only embarrassing, right? It is also shameful and criminal as well. The broadcast, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun is here. This guy escaped from Nigeria yesterday.
Suraki.
Remember the embarrassing story of the Binance and Nigeria? Share the broadcast. The line is also going to be very much opened to those of you who would like to participate in this chat, as we always do.
And yes, you like YouTube. And yes, you like oh, Baba, and yes, you like DJ, imagine, yeah. And yes, you like
Thank you so much for joining me again. Share this broadcast. I am still experimenting with my audio, by the way. So if you have a chance of watching me right now, please let me know if this audio is still perfect. Maybe it is corruption, or maybe it is incompetence, or it is actually the combination of both. Nigeria, the rogues, the illegitimate rogues in charge of Nigeria right now, in their efforts, in their own effort of trying to cut down the death of the Naira. So they put the blame on a cryptocurrency platform that is global. So they blame them for the failing and falling Naira in Nigeria. So they then started all this madness that is now becoming even more like more than a global shame. Maybe it's incompetence, maybe it's corruption, maybe it's criminal, or it's a combination of all of them, right? But these incompetent rogues said Nigeria Naira failed because Nigerians who stole Nigeria money sort of used Binance to loot Nigeria money. And Binance is to be blamed. So because Binance has been fined worldwide, right? Few places all over the world for violating the money laundering act of those countries. But the difference between those countries and Nigeria is that those countries actually had the people they were targeting, they were investigating. And in the process of tracing all of their illicit wealth, they traced them, some of them, to Binance. And Binance will not release the information of these people. Therefore, they will rather take the hammer. Nigeria has not presented any single name of those they are indeed looking for. I mean, you can say, oh, we have these 50 people, and we realize that they have looted over so amount of money from Nigeria. In our investigation, we realize that majority of them have crypto accounts, but we need your help. This is what the rest of same countries would do. That is not Nigeria, okay? So immediately the guys entered Nigeria to come and discuss how they could be of help. What do you want us to do? What are you investigating? Ribadu arrested them. Sorry for the late start, okay? It's just like our noon appetizer for the for the brethren in America. It is pretty much like your breakfast show, okay? Sometimes you just have to listen to the convo while you do. I mean, while you continue with your money, routine, you would say, Abby. Well, we woke up this morning with the news that one of the Binance executives or manager or whatever is their title that were arrested or kidnapped in Nigeria. So these guys arrived in Nigeria to see how they, I mean, if Nigeria is going to ban Binance in Nigeria, okay, so let's see why and see what we can do if we can be of help, like normally. Okay, I'm not saying these guys are not by any means involved in any criminal shady deals. Of course, there have been allegations, confirmed in fact, confirmed their convictions too. All right, investigation, money laundering investigation, terrorism investigation, and all that. But Nigeria, they confused lots. Okay. Nigeria economy was destroyed by APC, Egbekegbe. And that was Bokwari, Mumumadu, Bokwari. But because the people who also hijacked the power after him happened to be the same APC, Egbekegbe, they do not want to go after the real rogues and the criminals, okay? Or they do not want to mention their names. If not, what Nigeria should have presented to these guys before anybody can actually nail them to the cross is that immediately they arrived in Nigeria and they were taken straight to Ribadu's office. Nuhu Ribadu, the man that investigated the Tifnumbu of corruption and came back to say the most corrupt person ever that he ever investigated, the most corrupt and dangerous person was Tifnumbu. Today is the NSA, National Security Advisor to the same druggie, Tifnumbu. So immediately the guys arrived in Nigeria, expectedly they were like, okay, present us how you think we can be of help. Ribadu told them that they needed to submit the back-end login details, Binance login details, because they want to investigate every Nigerian, anyone with Nigerian nationality. When you signed up on that platform, anyone with Nigeria, whether you are living in Nigeria or you are living outside Nigeria, it doesn't matter. So what Ribadu wanted them to give him was to give them the access to the back-end server or back-end information of Binance. Like, are you guys serious? We thought you had people you are investigating that you believe have used that platform to steal the country's money. But that doesn't seem to be the case here. Say, well, you are not leaving this place unless you give that. From the beginning, they said, unless they give them access to know the details of all Nigerians that have used Binance or are still using Binance in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. So since the guys won't provide the information, so Ribadu decided to lock them up in a private prison, kind of, house arrest. Okay, 2 of them. So one of them is this Nadeem. Let me go and get his second name because the name seems to be a long one. He's British, by the way. And Jarwala, he's 38 years old man. So he's one of them. Since these guys won't give Nigeria access, so they decided to lock them up. No charges, no nothing. It's like now holding them on, holding them like on to ransom, like hostage. That except your other people give us access to access your server and all of that, you are not going anywhere. So they locked them up for like about a week or 2. Okay. Now they now came up with another idea. They said, okay, you know what? We want you to provide us the details, the information of the top 100 top traders on Binance, Nigerian top traders on Binance. Now Binance, this is the deal. Give us top 100 traders on your platform, their information, their trade history, and everything. Still, Nigeria is not presenting anything to say we are investigating these people, okay? And we know they have used cryptocurrencies to steal Nigeria money or to loot, or you know what I mean? Like, since that is what they said killed Nigeria Naira. Remember, that's the genesis. So, when these guys swooned, the Nigeria National Assembly also waded in. And guess what? They said, Binance must be tried for funding terrorism. this is all the jokes that were going on behind the scene, okay? So they decided that they would charge these two Binance representatives because they are not cooperating, okay? They would charge them for funding terrorism, money laundering. If you want to charge people for terrorism and money laundering, you have to show the proof of those who use the platform for that, Abi. Still, they didn't present anything. Okay? So the whole thing lingers on until yesterday. So yesterday, they said, while every one of you were, you were still planning on what to use or what to eat for your, to break your fast, the iftar, okay? This guy, hang on. You see where they locked them, where they actually locked them in or hold them hostage, right? They said they were allowed to, like, live normally, okay? Like, see, you are not in prison. The issue here is that we have told the entire country that you guys are the reasons why Nigerian Naira is falling, okay? So we just want you to cooperate with us and give us the details of these people, and we'll let you go. So these guys have access to phones, all right? They have access to the internet and all that. So they now believe that that is how they plotted or planned his escape. Because when he entered Nigeria, he was British, with British passports, and the only passport found on him. However, they said he is also a guy who also have a Kenyan citizenship. But he didn't have a Kenyan passport. Kenya again, no. He didn't have Kenyan passport. So what then happened was, they said the guy, being a Muslim, Nadeem, all right? So they said Nadeem and Jarwala, let me put the face on the screen. So this is Nadeem. So they said Nadeem and Jawara, was taken to the nearby mosque. Okay. So, one second. Right. So his partner is Tigran Gambayan Binance. Okay. So they charged him 4 counts of criminal charge of terrorism, money laundering, and all of that. Okay. So they said this guy now spoke to the guards. So the guards, those who are like guiding them, now took him to the nearby mosque so that he could go and pray. And from that mosque, he just disappeared. But they now found out that he left Nigeria airport. He left the mosque. It was, they drove him straight to the airport with a Kenyan passport. He boarded a private jet to the Middle East. And that was it. Now they are looking for him. So the Ribadu's office now came out to say, we know this is so disappointing. We have arrested all of the guards that were guarding him. We've arrested them. And we have also set out a manhunt for him. They said they are now trying to track the plane so that they will know the destination where the plane is going, so that they can then arrest him there and bring him back to Nigeria. How many of you remember Zakari Biu, as well as the police officer that released Kabiru Sokoto? How many of you remember that guy? It was during the Christmas Day bombing in Madala in Abuja, where over 180 people lost their lives and 400 more severely injured. So the guy who kind of planned the bomb, the car bomb that caused the death, okay? His name is Kabiru Sokoto. He was arrested under Goodluck Ebere Jonathan. Now, the government of Goodluck Ebere Jonathan, right, locked him up in Kuje prison in Abuja. Then somehow, right, they will take him from Kuje to court. That was, those were the days when you will see terrorists in court, in Nigerian courts, actually standing trial. I mean, you saw what happened in Russia. The terror attack on that music concert in Russia. You see how the manhunt for the terrorist. You see how many hours it lasted. That used to happen in Nigeria, and Jonathan was going to be born at stake for it. The jihadists in northern Nigeria, oh, they were fuming. How dare an infidel coming after the holy warriors, holy army of Allah, the jihadists. Well, a lot of us, then you're probably in the dark. But those were the days we used to see terrorists actually get arrested within days or a week or two. Kabiru Sokoto was identified immediately and he was arrested. And his trial was set forth. So they now assigned a guy called Zakari, a terrorist too, a police officer. So they assigned him to him. And that was the guy they got to. So in one of the days of trying to take him to court and take him back, all right? So within that space, they said he escaped. Well, he didn't escape. They let him go. And guess who got him? Immediately they said he escaped. Your current vice president. Yeah, shitty man. He was the governor of Borno State then. So immediately, Kabiru Sokoto purportedly escaped. Guess where he escaped to? He didn't leave Abuja. Borno State government house, government lodge in Abuja. And he was there for more than 8 months. Zakari, he was locked up. He was arrested, locked up. And I think they even said it was to be dismissed. While all of that was going on, while everybody was looking for Kabiru Sokoto, the Kaduna bomber that killed over 180 people, he was chilling inside the government house, Abuja house of the Borno State government. He was under the supervision and care and protection of Borno State governor, who is now the vice president of Nigeria. So the story just kind of played itself back out this morning when I heard that the Binance guy from Detention, okay, he's a Muslim. He wanted to go and pray. Somehow, the guys around him thought that it's the Ramadan time. He could just go there like stupid narrative, okay? That's the story. So they took him to go and pray, and somehow, he just disappeared. And immediately he disappeared. He just reappeared, not at the house or guest house where they purportedly locked them in, okay? No, he just reappeared at the Nigeria Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. And just like that, he just managed, and he just skid through the security of that Abuja and all that. And he just jumped on the Middle East private jets, a private jet going to Middle East. That's it. And when you say Middle East, you have more than 15 countries in Middle East, Abi. So you can continue to look for where can he go? Where in Middle East? So everybody is there looking, Baba. Crypto money. The story long, sure you get, and it's so dodgy. But right now, all over the world, a cryptocurrency executive in Nigeria's detention escaped. Not just Nigeria police detention, because if not Nigeria police detention now, a lot of you will be like, now police. He didn't escape from the vigilante detention, the military detention, he escaped from the person who is giving the security advice to Tifnumbu. Nuhu Ribadu, National Security Advisor, detained somebody. Now, person where they give Nigeria security advice be that too, right? So National Security Advisor detained someone that they believe is behind the economic hardship that Nigerians are facing, which makes this individual high priority of high value, supposedly, in their book. But somehow, this high value individual, okay, escaped from the grip of the National Security Advisor of Nigeria, Nuhu Ribadu. The same criminals that were being celebrated yesterday. I was here yesterday and I said, listen, they did not rescue those children. It is not out of the fact that we shouldn't be grateful. That, oh, this we shouldn't be happy that, oh, these children are back. We should be. You get up. But when you can see lies in between, when you can see how they are sort of playing with, playing their dirty politics and their dirty game with children's lives, that kind of will piss you off. So it pissed me off, and I was right. I was here last night and I said, why are they saying only 137 children were actually released after negotiation? They were not rescued. Ransom was paid. How much did you give to the terrorists? Can we check the names of the children that were freed? Can we actually check the names as well of the children that were not freed? We begin to look into the possible religion, ingredient that is always around this too. The children of Christians, they will be kidnapped from schools. The children of the Muslims, these jihadist terrorists, will be freed. But guess the children of those they will sell off as slaves and possibly add that to release. The children of Christians. In this mad criminal game they are playing in Nigeria. So these rogues were praising Nuhu Ribadu yesterday. They were praising Tifnumbu yesterday. We didn't know that same yesterday, before the families of the kidnapped and freed their children in Kaduna will touch their children, Nigeria, same criminals who supposedly rescued them are going to lose an high-value detainee under the protection, under the arrest, or detention, rather, under the detention of the National Security Advisor. So isn't that a joke that writes itself? Like, aren't these are like jokes that write themselves? So the governor came out last night and said, well, I didn't say that. I did not say all of them have been rescued. I said we have rescued some of them, 137. I did not say all of them. So where did your media get all the children have been rescued? All of now, we they congratulate them. Thank you for rescuing all the children. You turn around and think that somebody like me celebrated bad news. But you celebrate propaganda, fake news. The news you call bad news are actually the news of real people, real human beings. I'm talking about real victims of that entire rotten system. They are real. If their news is bad enough for you and you feel so irritated, it is because you are yet to be a direct victim of the same thing they are suffering. You are. And let us at least celebrate these ones. Are you mad? You should celebrate the 137 people that they paid for. But we should pray for them and encourage them to get the rest of them. Isn't that what this is all about anyway? When they make you as their pawn on their chess table, okay? That one, they will still rescue them. And then because we are talking about human lives here. We are talking about real lives here. And I'm actually pointing something out to you that the people who kidnapped these children, the people who are negotiating for their release and paying ransom, They are all working hand in hand, and you are not seeing that. Or you just choose not to. So he came out and he said, yes. But the question they should be asking him is, why are the others not rescued? I mean, you rescued them, Abi. So you rescue 137, okay? So 150 could not be rescued. And the people keeping them, not a single one of them is dead or arrested. Okay, that is when the governor said, it doesn't really matter whether we pay ransom or we don't pay ransom. What really matters now is that the children are back at home. Yes, that's what they said. They said, I mean, it doesn't really matter anymore whether we pay ransom or we don't pay ransom. That's not the issue anymore. That's not important. That's what he said. He said, that's not important. Are you mad? It is more than important. When you give money to terrorists, for example, and say, listen, we have to pay ransom, but these are marked money. Okay? Or somehow, we have a means of recovering back that ransom. Something that can make people know that you did give them money, because that money immediately goes straight to buying weapons. And once those weapons arise, right, they can go ahead and stage as many attacks as they can, as many kidnapping as they can. Take a look at this on your screen, right? This was dropped earlier, yesterday. Between 2019 and 2024, all right? So on the left, right there, is number of abductions, mass abductions that happened in that year, and how many people were, how many people were kidnapped, okay? So in 2019, under Bokwari, 19 times mass abduction happened. Mass abduction is when you take more than 2 people. Here you understand, you know, say Oyibo can be somehow tricky. Mass abduction doesn't really mean that it has to be like 500, 200, 100 alone. No. Okay? We are talking about where you abduct one person, that's abduction. When you kidnap 2 people, that's 2 kidnappings. When you take 3 or more going forward, now mass abduction, they do so. Now, 19 times, these criminals kidnapped, they carried out 19 mass abductions, and 153 people were kidnapped. Okay? These were the official ones, so people will not even tell the news, waiting happened to them many. But okay, let's follow the official. Now, take a look at this one. In 2020, 59 times they kidnapped people en masse. See the number, 1,000. In coronavirus, so during Corona, 1,152 Nigerians were massively kidnapped, all right, in the 59 operations. In 2021, take a look at that. 153 times they carried out mass abduction, and over 3,600 people were kidnapped. In 2022, 159 times mass kidnappings, and over 4,190 people were kidnapped, including women and children. So take a look at that of 2023, which was last year. Baba, 277 times, and over 4,400 people were kidnapped, including children, school children. Baba, this is just 2024. March la wow, there is God. Baba, March la wow. You know they see waiting at the sea. See, for March alone, they don't do 68 mass kidnappings. And 1,864 people have been kidnapped, including children, so far. About Oshiku 9 months, Oshiku 9 months, we still get 9 months to go in this year. A lot of you watching me right now, watching this video from Nigeria, you are watching because they have not taken you. A lot of you are going to fall into that bracket before the end of the year. And not because I want that to happen to you. It is just for you to understand what is happening around you. And stop living the lie. Stop living stop living lie. And at the same time, stop living in denial. Some of you are abroad right now, watching me from abroad right now. Some of you are going to still fall into that kidnapping ring. Because once you find yourself in that contraption, you are as susceptible as those who are there too. Yes, you are not different. And it can happen anytime. This is March. Oh, nearly 1,700 people have already been taken. 3 months into it. Nearly 1,900 people have been taken. Nítorí Ọlọ́run. And that is that. And just take a look at those who are there now. All of now, where they watch me right now. Take a look at those who are making those decisions and pointing fingers at whatever they can point fingers at to blame, but not themselves. So I'm not a bearer of bad news. I am a bearer of the real news. And that's why they said, if they explain Nigeria to you very well, okay, and you say you understand, but you are not angry, they don't explain it well for you. It's impossible. That means you do not know. You see, so many of you will say, I know Nigeria very well, Jari. You do not know Nigeria. You only know the abnormalities that a lot of you have normalized. You see, if they explain them to you very well, you will be raging mad. And that is why you are watching Maiyegun's Diary Politics. So you have to be raging mad. And when you become that angrier, we need to now channel that energy. That's your anger, that's your whatever you. We now channel it. We fuse it together. It will be like an atomic bomb. So you get when you shoot it like the cannon ball. Direct the energy, use it well. Build it, then use it well. And free yourselves from the mental slavery and even physical slavery. If you say, yeah, the guy came out and he confirmed and he said, yes, we did pay money to the terrorists. I want you to listen to him, if you don't mind.
As we are speaking, the children are here in Kaduna. And of course, they are here. And as we are speaking, in the next few minutes, I will even be with them because I saw them earlier. They are in a very high spirit. Of course, the military will hand them over to me officially by tomorrow, but still, they are here in Kaduna. I have been working closely with the military to ensure that we look after them. And of course, we are also trying as much as possible to give them psychosocial counseling and look after them before we eventually hand them over to the families. This afternoon, the family of the children that were abducted and now released came to the government house. I sat down with them, discussed with them, and the family are also extremely happy. So at this juncture, I would like to thank each and everyone that supported us from the beginning of this very unfortunate situation. I want to particularly extend my appreciation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the National Security Advisor, the service chief, that is the chief of army staff, the chief of the air staff, the chief of the naval staff, as well as the inspector general of police and the director general of the SSS. All of them supported us, and I'm happy today the children are back home safely. And of course, like I said, they're in high spirit. We have looked at them, and the doctors are looking after them right now. The psychologists are looking after them as well as a lot of other people who are looking after them. So they are in high spirit. We thank God. And of course, for me, that is more important than anything. Our children are back home safely. And we thank God.
Give us an understanding. 287, those are the figures that we know that were taken from Kuriga 2 weeks ago. But how many do we have? Do we have all the 287 now?
There was nobody that ever confirmed that the children were 287. Of course, as the governor of Kaduna State at the beginning, of course, I visited the community. Nobody came with any specific figure, but as a governor, I listened to most of the media coming up with figures, and I knew even at that time that the figures were not correct because I have been interfacing with the school authority. We have the register, we have everything, we have the record in Kaduna. So, but you see, at that critical time, I didn't want to join issue with anyone in terms of numbers. What is more important to me as a governor is the safety of the children. Today, I'm happy they are back safely. They're in high spirit. But those numbers were just figment of some people's imaginations, which they just went to the media and reported that the figures were that. Of course, I remember when I visited the community on that very day, of course, some people within the community who have no records just came out and said that the figures were 280 something, 87, thereabouts. But of course, at that time, as a leader, I shouldn't bother myself about figures or numbers. What is more important is the return of the children. Today, I met the families with the children. They confirmed to me the numbers given by the military are the correct numbers. So for me, it's more important because when some people who have no connection with the situation decided to politicize the issue, decided to try to undermine the effort of the armed forces, the security agencies, some of us ignore those kind of propaganda. But today I'm happy. The families are happy. The conventional government is
nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Did you see that? Did you hear that? He said the man that identified as one of the headmasters when the children were taken, who said initially over 700 school children were actually taken. But at the end of the day, majority of them are escaped. And when they all returned back, including himself, when they all returned back, they now took head counts. And that was when they said 287 are still missing. They were missing 287. So they concluded that, okay, the parents of all those children missing, they were there, they were out. But now you can't see them except when they will now have to choreograph them, okay? Have to teach them what to say or not to say now, right? So what this guy is saying right now is, oh, that was the fake figure. No, we've discussed with the school. They are not, the children are not 287. They are only just 137. And that is the number of children that the military said they rescue. So yeah, it's 137. Some people are just trying to politicize it. Are you being serious? Now, the media in Nigeria, all right, who said 287 children have been found. Oh no, 187 have been found. But they are now asking the same military. They can't ask them. They will tell them, we can stop asking that question. Who sent you? Who sent you? Who sent you to come and ask that question? Are you here to come and compromise what we are doing? And you can be arrested. So Nigerian media, they won't do shimbang, unfortunately. They will take their words for it. And the guy right there is already saying, some people are trying to politicize it. I'm happy. The children are in high spirit. High spirit kill you, dear Sonny. High spirit, but it is Nigeria. It's unreal. That's what some says. It's not a real place. I have a message for you. Like I said, the line will be opened for those who probably are interested in calling in, okay? Here.
I'm speaking on behalf of my leader, Amagbe, aka Endurance, the River Lord, the Don Perignon. The relationship between Atakaboro and Amagbe is a lineage to Atakaboro. Oh yes. From Atakaboro, we now have Amagbe. Oh yes. So with the followers, we will start with Amagbe until he gets to us apart. So as we are here, we are begging the federal government to make sure that the waterway security should be given to the person that is doing the right work. Oh yes. Which is Amagbe. Oh yes. If and two, Zakari, it will not stop. Oh yes. If the federal government refuses to attend to us on a peaceful, building way, we, Bankere and ourselves will not stop. Because it's our own God-given right. Oh yes. Today, Atakaboro is a father. Atakaboro is a leader. Atakaboro is our messenger to reach out to God. Because Atakaboro have paid a lot of sacrifice and pains to win the nation. So Atakaboro is our overall leader until he will die. Oh yes. And the struggle must continue as Atakaboro struggle.
Wahala. Ma tell you, right? Igboro ti daru everywhere. So if you hear bass, as long as you hear them, now if you say no be your head and break, so run. Oh. Here. Hello there.
Mr. Maiyegun.
Baba, how are you?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? I don't think we should have a problem. Baba, can you hear me? This is strange. Are you there? Okay. You probably have to try. You have to try back again. So wrong. Yeah. Hello. I can hear you, but if you can't hear me now,
hello, Mr.
Maiyegun. Back again. You need to mute that.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Baba. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you. Is there something wrong?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Baba. I don't think we should have a problem. I'm going to have you to call back, okay? You see, I am trying. I am trying this audio out, and I don't want to believe that my detachable or attachable microphone is an issue. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Rook. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, something is not right. Now, this is what we're going to do. Give me a sec. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to try something out, and let's hope that actually works. So, that's strange. If I can't take calls with the other microphone, that's not right. So, we'll try them this way again. Let's see. Hello there. Hello. Can you hear me, Baba?
Hello.
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 Hang on. What is wrong with everybody's sort of a voice?
Hello?
Is that me or somebody else?
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me? One true emperor.
Hello.
Okay.
Maiyegun, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I know you can't. It seems so, but don't worry.
Hello, I can't hear you. If you can hear me, it's something is wrong on your end.
Yeah, something is definitely wrong. People can
I can't hear you.
We can't. I can't hear you. I get that. Don't worry. Let's see. What can be the issue? I'm gonna take a short break, okay, and see if I can actually fix that before we continue. It's all right. Just to everybody trying to get to know. So sorry about that, okay? I am still here to figure out what happened, all right? But I believe that because I was using 2 microphones at the time, so I'll switch back to our normal one, all right? And see if they can hear me. Can you hear me? Hello? Hey, hello, can you hear me? Somebody is right there. Okay, I will. I mean, can everybody actually really hear me talking about the rest of us generally? Let me know. I'll check. Right. That seems very, very, very low. somehow. And I think there is something.
Baba, Maiyegun.
Baba, can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
Now you can, yeah? I'm talking about your phone now, Baba. I want to know if you can hear me on your phone, not on the screen. Because I can hear you all this while.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, can you hear me, Baba?
Seems very, very, very somehow.
No, you don't. See, listen, let me say it, right? Anybody who is trying to call in, something is wrong with probably the old connections again, okay? I will sort that, okay? But if you are calling in, I want you to stick to your phone. You don't have to put on the screen, okay? You don't have to put on the TV or put on another device, okay? I want to know if you can hear me. Something is not right, and I'm probably not sure where that is popping from, okay? So let's try it again. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Something is totally off.
Hello?
I can hear all your hello, by the way, but it seems
Hello?
that you can't hear me truly too. Something is not right. Something is not right. Guys, I am going to pop us on another short hold, okay? I have to look at for whatever it is, if you don't mind. So we're going to try it again. But I actually need to be sure that you can hear me, those who are out there, okay? But to my caller, right? I haven't really put you out, okay? I'm going to check now if you can hear me, all right? So I have tried to check few of the connections. Everything seems okay. Everything is the same. But something just probably have gone off there. But can you hear me? Hello? Oh, I have taken a call, but I don't know if this person is still there. But let me try this one. Hello. Right. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello there. So it's totally off. And that is absolutely strange. Everything looks all right from this side, but somehow I know what that does, right? It kind of will make you be like, okay, what is it I have not done? What am I not really doing right? And that is happening when we are actually live, right? Right, I'm going to keep it on.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó lódodo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó lódodo. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ aráyé.
Glory Facebook, glory YouTube. Àṣírí ọ̀tẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o. Ó bá ṣe àní Maiyegun máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe eré pàápàá níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun dáyàrí pòlítíkò. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Hello there.
I can hear you.
Now, hello, can you hear me, Baba? Right. So it seems that wherever the connection issue is, I might have to actually get the entire system all restarted. That's a shame, unfortunately. I wouldn't know why, but somehow, I possibly have something like, breach yourself or something. So I'm so sorry I'm so sorry that a lot of us can't really get through simply because of this. It is a big issue, and I wouldn't even know. So what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to pop a sound on, okay? And I'm going to leave the sound on for the next maybe 2-3 minutes, all right? So, and then we're going to try this again because this has to work. Even if we are not going to have to continue the conversation or the phone call this afternoon, it just has to work. Because when we have our full time later in the evening, so definitely this has to work. So don't go anywhere. I will be back in about 2-3 minutes. And let's hope that will fix it, hopefully. Don't go anywhere yet. I think we probably have fixed this, okay? So I have one of my enduring callers who still probably stayed on and like, no, we can get this sorted, Maiyegun. And indeed we have. Thank you so much for your patience and everybody who seems to believe that this is something we can easily fix. And I have done that. And thank you. Baba, how you doing?
You're welcome. I did, man, but I have a little problem. I'm so kind of like upset. These are a bunch of kids that have nothing to do with APC member or Tinubu, be kidnapped. Do you know what kind of horror they're going through when they kidnap? And people are laughing like it's funny. This guys. I mean, there's no more empathy from Nigeria no more. And I'm ticks off. If it was a member of APC or some other party that was kidnapped, they will beat down, stand out, or someone that voted for them. These are kids that want to go to school and study, and people think it's funny.
And then they're like,
many of them have died.
As we speak.
The family people, their kid are kidnapped, they don't have no money. They are poor people, and we all think it's funny. I don't know what's going on with us no more. These kids are going through horror.
And somebody said that they are in high spirits. That's their governor.
Man, let me let somebody else call because I would just have to call because I'm like, what's I'm the kids? They don't have to do with the election. They don't vote for Tinubu. They're just going to school. They want to learn something. They want to be something, somebody great. Let me let you pick up on that call.
Thank you so much. Okay. So I think that must be our line fixed. But I have a question. Is that one true emperor, by the way?
Yeah, Sakpa Maliku, my brother.
Sakpa, my brother too. How are you, Baba?
Man, I was in good spirits this morning until I heard that foolish governor said what he said. You know, like the last caller said, these are children.
Yes.
Maiyegun. These are children. And I remember you said something, that as a father, how would you feel if your kids are going through what these kids are going through in the kidnappers' day?
Father to imagine it, and a lot of people
exactly
imagine it. They're like, no,
exactly, Maiyegun. Exactly, because I know what I would do for my children, Maiyegun. I will put a bullet in any motherfucker's face for mine. And one foolish governor is saying that kidnapped children are in high spirits. And foolish fools are still going to call and say Nigeria can still work. Maiyegun, some man, are these people crazy? Do these people understand the raping and sodomization that these kidnapped victims go through? And fools are still saying Nigeria will work. And some governor that is denying what he said to the media is saying kidnapped victims are in high spirits.
Now we
And
can all
people would
stop asking. We can all stop asking about the remaining children now, since it was just not true. And
Oh,
that's it.
Maiyegun, it is over. We are not going to hear anything about the other kids again. And that's the most annoying thing. We are not going to hear. Maiyegun, it is over. As that useless, idiotic criminal governor came out and said the kidnapped victims are in high spirits. Emphasis on this phrase, high spirits.
Children.
Maiyegun, forget about the other
forest. They are in
Maiyegun, forget about the other kids. We are not going to hear about them again.
No.
And foolish abobakus, agbadomites, we still say you are the enemy.
I've been now.
And now, let us now switch to the other topic about the detained Binance manager. I think about a month ago, Maiyegun, I think your first or second episode when you started this brunch time with Maiyegun, me and you, we predicted all this now.
We did.
We predicted all this. And let me even shock you, I may be wrong. I don't think that Binance manager escaped. He paid 1 or 2 and he entered private jet and left peacefully.
I mean, that was so smooth, right? That was so smooth.
Very smooth now.
He escaped.
He escaped.
Ran away.
He ran away. He didn't run away.
Baba, look at that package, oh. See that package, yeah? We are going to move to the next mosque. Okay, your guys are going to pick you up there, all right? They said the private jet is waiting for you already. We've cleared the immigration. Don't worry about that. They're going to pass you VIP. All sorted.
Exactly.
At 7 p.m., okay? So that is not an escape.
It's not an escape. He paid 1 or 2. In fact, you know what he did? The government, or what's the name? Udodua Emefiole must have probably said to him, look, white man, make me 1 or 2. See, we need some dollars right now. Just give us $250 million and just shut up and just go away. And you know, Oyibo man, under duress, waiting be $250 million to Binance.
And they can
you don't pay.
The guy can give them money that cannot be traced.
Exactly. Maiyegun, you see, Maiyegun, I'm glad you said that phrase, money that cannot be traced. Let us now take it to another level to show to these fools back home that Nigeria will never work when we talk of inflation. Maiyegun, last week, my woman, we went on a trip. We just came back. Maiyegun, I've been in this country for a while. I printed, when I went to the ATM, they gave me clean dollars. But Maiyegun, the year on that dollars was surprising. Do you know when they printed that dollar? That fresh new dollars that I printed, about $500, fresh new. It was in 2013.
Wow.
I've been in this country since 2015. Yes, I've been in this country since 2015. Maiyegun, I've not yet seen 2002 dollar. Most of the dollars, when I print cash, most of it I have in my head. The maximum I've seen. It's only once I've seen 2019. And yet in America, we have inflation. But these people know they print dollar like food, because I'm telling you, I still held brand new 2013 dollars. But yet, my family members are sending me picture of 2024 notes where they just print this month.
Oh, they just
print in March.
Baba, they don't print over 7 trillion.
In March,
you know that one.
Yes, now. Maiyegun, in March, my mama still send me picture of Naira 2024. Printed in March.
And now, for the country that is over 31.7% inflation. They continue to print.
Fool. See, Maiyegun, I've told you before, Nigerians do not have critical thinking, critical analysis. Because if Nigerian government is telling Nigeria that they only have 22% inflation, these people don't know what inflation means. If people are holding brand new Naira notes that was printed in March, and March has not even finished.
March 2024.
Nigerians don't know what 2024. Nigerians don't know what is coming their way, Baba. What
Have you seen Shagan yet? Shagan to you?
Maiyegun, the suffering of Nigerians is just starting, man.
Look,
please.
We'll continue to
break up Nigeria. I beg, maybe we just break up Nigeria and save lives, because we can't keep on going like this.
No.
It's getting ridiculous. Honestly, I'm not surprised by anything that happens in Nigeria. I've reached to that point. But you know what that governor just said, and then they are now saying the Binance manager ran away. Come on. Dude, I think these fools really think some of us Nigerians are stupid. I'm not a stupid Yoruba man.
See, that's the issue now. One true emperor, right? These guys don't think that some Nigerians are fools. They know it, that Nigerians are like genetically in their DNA. There are Nigerians that are like foolish and fools, right? And I said something around that a while back, okay? I said, a lot of you are afraid, some people are afraid of snakes. Sure, you get, they don't like snakes. Other people are just afraid of spiders. You know that one, I want to emperor. So there are people that are afraid of spiders.
Yep.
There are those who are afraid of dogs, cats, and all of that. Do you know the people I am afraid of? Foolish people in large numbers.
Oh, ignorant people. Oh God, they are the worst.
They are?
They are very dangerous.
They can elect.
Very dangerous.
They can elect a president in a democracy.
That's how dangerous they are. Over here in America,
they bring a terrible person that can destroy everybody's life. That's how dangerous foolish people are. So don't think the Nigerian politicians think no, they know it, and they don't think they know it, and they are milking it on true emperor.
Maiyegun, is that not the reason why was that foolish was named Rat was saying that Nigerians will go to abroad and do jobs that they will never do in Nigeria? You know, they just, like you said, they know a lot of Nigerians are foolish, so they can just say anything. You know, things can just come out of their mouth.
That will jump into it and defend them. And if
they start clapping for them,
if they don't have anything to say to defend them, okay, then they will ask you that why don't you have home training? You lack respect. Don't you have elders at home?
Look, Maiyegun, Maiyegun, assuming Nigerian media get brain, as that governor say they kidnap children and in high spirit, a sensible person will don't ask him, what do you mean by high spirit? I mean, that statement really got to me, Maiyegun, as a man, as a father, as somebody that has nephews and nieces. It really upsets me.
You never hear this
because I can't imagine what these kids are going through right now.
Wait now, you never hear service chiefs that says Nigerians needs to pray hard and pray to God to bring peace and unity.
That one a normal slogan for Nigerian politicians and elites now. Pray for Nigeria. No, see, Michael, that one is normal. That one is normal. I don't hear Olusegun Obasanjo will be general. He don't talk him before now. Muhammad Buhari will be general. He don't talk him now. What it be this genocider Gowon? He talk him this year. Make we pray to God for peace. Now there are regular slogans.
I just thought I should remind you.
Okay, very good. Go lost.
You know, they call
go lost.
You know, from our dictionary research over the weekend. So we came back and said, why are they calling him Gowon? Are we crazy?
Okay, now go lost. Makes sense.
It's like they are, you know, it's like they are alive to see the ruin, the fraud, they force together, okay? See it go up in smoke, in flames, and so that they can die with broken hearts. People like Obasanjo, People like Danjuma, Babangida, all those people like that go lost. People like that I'm thinking that the universe is keeping them alive to see that what they killed.
Of course, now.
We finally explode.
Look at.
Don't you think so?
No be go lost. Yes, now no be go lost where they forced to make one speech in Hausa where they bully him. Exactly. They cry. General. Person will wake up. Person will smoke whatever he was smoking or drink whatever he was drinking and say, today we shall kill millions of Biafrans. Oh yeah.
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it.
And then
now he's crying like a baby.
He came back and said, no winner, no vanquish.
And now he's crying like a baby.
Die here.
And he's crying like a baby now. I have never said this in Hausa before. Why are they keep saying it in Hausa? I have never done it. Why are you doing this to me?
Why are you doing this to
me? Why are you doing this to me? What did I do? I have been reading this for years. Why are they making me change?
I tell you.
A whole general sounding like a bitch ass. Yeah, my God, make I let another person call.
And now,
make another person call. Please, so I beg, break up Nigeria and save lives. Please. Break up Nigeria.
That's the one. By the way, question, okay. People usually say something. I have another call out. But people used to say something, right? That whenever my callers like we're like conversing like that, right? And they said that my voice seems to be off. For example, when True Emperor was talking, okay, and I was like talking back, and we're like exchanging a conversation that way. So I want to know if my voice still seems to be like off when I have callers on, okay? Because I'm working something out as well that we must check. Hello there.
No, hello, Maiyegun General. My dear brother.
The African Wahala. How are you today, Baba?
I'm doing well, bro.
And we ran into that.
Happy Monday to you.
Same to you, Baba. Thank you. We ran into that tech trouble.
Yeah.
It was pretty much frustrating. I was contemplating ending it. I was like, no, if I ended it and this is not really fixed, and that's a big headache. So yeah, how are you too? I mean,
yeah, I'm doing well. So was it after you restarted the system that everything started working?
I had to because what happened was that the connecting phone that is actually like connected to bring all this voice out, which is yours, okay? So the connecting cable was a little bit out. I was busy looking at everything else looks all right. Until I grabbed the phone and I had to key it back in. I was like, oh, damn it, man. And I was
okay.
It's trying to get all this, it was
yeah.
So, but it was also good for me to restart it because for the audio to build back into the entire mixer, the ideal thing is to restart it. So
yeah,
it was a plus anyway. But just was
expecting that. That's great.
Thank you, the African Wala.
Yeah, we will run into these technical troubles sometimes, but yes, thank you for. Yeah. Thank you for what you do for sacrifice. This is a huge sacrifice. You've basically sacrificed yourself for not for us. I won't say you are doing it for us, but you're doing it for everybody. If that makes sense, you're doing it to enlighten, including yourself.
You know what I mean? I said I'm doing this for myself too, right? Because somehow I know that. There is no how far I live away from that Nigeria that I am actually really spared of all the, all of the attacks and all that. Sure, you get
the madness.
Have to deal with.
Yeah.
So the moment I understand that, I realize that the little I can contribute is to raise awareness and see if we can find a number of people that could actually save ourselves from this hellhole. Okay, so you're right. I'm not just doing it for everyone. I'm doing it for myself too. I'm doing it for my own children too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of you are going to run into my children in the future and say, are you Kofobadero? Say Maiyegun. Are you? You know what I mean? Like you say, oh, your dad is a legend. Okay, your dad. You know what I mean? So if posterity is a thing, Then maybe if, I mean, because I've got no money, I've got nothing to leave for my children per se, other than that legacy that people can say, your dad actually really, really changed my life. I want that. And I want my children to exist in a world that is better than this. So if I keep quiet, that it's not guaranteed.
Yeah. And you're doing a great job at it. You're inspiring many more people. You're giving more people confidence, because many people don't even have the confidence to express themselves. But now you're giving more people confidence, including older people that are way older than you, in their 60s, in their 70s. They've been subjugated for so long. You know, in Nigeria, people always run to either religion or culture. Our religion says we have to respect so and so people, even though they are wicked. Our culture demands that we don't talk back at the elderly people, even though they're wicked. So a lot of these older people, they grew up trapped in that mindset. And now in their 60s or their 70s, they are being liberated by you and people like you. So I appreciate you. I also count myself lucky that, I count myself lucky that I found someone like you that speaks what I have in my mind. And that's why people like me throw our full support behind you. And I'm sure many people in the Temple of Truth have the same mentality. So I just came to encourage you. Honestly, I don't have much to contribute. Nigeria never disappoints. Nigeria's job is to destroy the people. Listen, please, the viewers, the people listening to the sound of my voice, you need to understand why we are upset. It's very simple. We understand there is no perfect society. Every single society has problems. We are not expecting perfection from our country, but our country has proven to us that it's not us, it's not for us, and it will never be for us. And then that forced some of us to dig deep into history to find out how we got into this position. To start off with, our country, so-called our country, was created in Germany. You make that make sense. How can your country be created by foreigners from another continent in another continent? They decided to map out our country in Germany. They mapped out the country in Germany, the Berlin Conference. Now, the reason they mapped out that country was so that France and Britain would stop fighting each other on the continent of Africa. And also, at some point, there were some British traders that had already dominated what we know as the Nigeria space in 2024. The geographical space called Nigeria, back then in the late 1800s, British traders had dominated that region, and they were encroached from the east, from the west, by the French and the Germans. So the British traders decided, let me call my country to back me, to support me from the invasion going on by the Germans and the French. So that's how an individual, yes, Isaac Goldie, that's where he came into the picture. He sold off his company to the British government for £865,000 so that the British government would protect his business from the invading French and Germans. And that's what gave birth to Nigeria. So you tell me, how can any human being, after having that information and correlating what is currently going, not even what is currently going on, what has historically taken place from the beginning of Nigeria till this day, if you correlate the destruction of lives, the destruction of people's futures without any chance of getting any form of justice, the impunity that has been taking place for 120 straight years, and then you correlate all that fact with how this country was created originally, you will throw up. You will literally puke. You wouldn't want that country to be a part of your life. If you even think about how the country was named, Nigeria, you should be ashamed. You should be angry that how the hell do I find myself as a part of this situation?
You know, like you can, I mean, if I am born, see, for example, if I am born, like, let's say, in the year 2100, for example, and this contraption still exists. And I had to dig out the history and be like, man, I will actually, if I happen to be somebody who comes in the future, okay, I'll be wondering how the generation of those who bear Nigeria in their life for this 100 of years, right? How did they manage to be so dumb to accept this? Like, this is what maybe in a generation IQ and minus Z, I mean minus X, now it could be around 2100. And they will be wondering, were this generation before us so dumb?
Like,
they actually lived and they died
this is insane, though.
Nigerians. I'd be like,
as Nigerians. How? See, brother, it would have been a different case if that contraption that was created by foreigners was, let's say it was working for 50% of the population. So for 120 straight years, 50% of so-called Nigerians had a decent life. They had some hope, they had some justice, there wasn't hunger, you know, they were able to be self-sustainable. If we had that situation for just 50% of the population, then maybe we wouldn't have a solid argument.
Because people will deal with it.
Yeah, maybe people like us, yeah. Exactly, because like I said, there is no perfect society. So if the society works for 50%, then there is still a base for argument for those that would say, no, we don't want this country anymore. That is if it was working for 50%. But when the country has consistently destroyed the lives of 85%, I'm talking about destruction, ruined people's lives. People are hopeless as hell. In today's day and age, you have people, the baby boomers, people that were born before 1960. You see them running away, Japa, in their 60s, running away, running to America, going to, work with old people's homes, looking for people's documents to work with. Please, can I use your social security number? Let me work so I can make some money. That's how Nigeria has ruined people's lives. And that's why we are angry. So I just came to rant a little bit. I'm always happy to see you when you're live. Yeah. And I just appreciate you. Please, my great people, click on that like button. Please take a quick 10 seconds, go on the like button and click it. If that's all you contribute to today's program, that's awesome. Please do that. Thank you very much, brother.
African Wala, say me well to the guests, by the way, okay? You have a good one yourself.
I will.
Now that is the African caller. Here is another caller. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun. How are you? Good evening.
Good evening. Oh, it's evening over there. It's still afternoon here. Good evening, sir.
Well, it's about 4:30 now. To 5, if I'm not mistaken. Right. Yes. How you doing, my brother?
I'm very well. I can't complain.
It's been a while, eh?
I've always been here. You know that I've not been.
No. It's been a while, meaning that it's me that's been that while, like trying to get through to you and all that.
I know.
I've been struggling to get through to you, but I had to go on an appointment now. But still, I kept on calling from my car because I needed to say what I have to say. That's on my mind, and it's like a puzzle. I need to ask this question, my brother. This morning I listened to Arise News when the governor was talking to a young girl who said she's in SS2, if I'm not mistaken, either SS2 or GSS2, that likes to be a medical doctor in life. And what she was using to speak with that young girl was in Hausa. I don't know if Hausa has not turned to a general language in the country. I'm not talking about that now. That's not the issue. The issue is that I only believe that you understand me. So let me go to my reposer. Let me go to my reposer. The puzzle, that I want you and everybody in the temple to help me with is, they said 138. Let's agree on that that's what they said, and that's what it is. And they say out of this 138, one died. And who died? Their teacher. My question is, why their teacher? That's a mature person who knows what happened and whatever. I don't know if you understand what I mean by who knows what happened,
as you are
what
going,
transpired.
I am carrying the same foot with you like that. They go, Baba, I'm with you. All of us are following. Because what you are doing right now is that you are opening another area of perspective to this, right?
What are you saying? We cannot all put one here. They say, no. Because I think you understand? Okay. Now, take for instance, most of us are abroad here. If our children go on excursion, they have their teachers that lead them. Just imagine your children of that age, they are on excursion, and the teacher is supposed to go with them to be like that for them, got missing. What will happen to those children? They will not be in the hands of strangers.
It can only
How
be
can you tell me those children, all those children were in the hands of strangers all that while because who died? They know who killed the man and they had to kill the man for a reason. If the man actually died, though. Yes. Because he's the only one that were able to bring us some mature discussion, mature truth from this whole scenario that has happened.
Somebody that they seem like had to go so as to make sure that whatever was agreed on or whatever was concluded on could remain.
Give and take. As a mature person, he will be taking some few things from their discussion and all that stuff. But all those things must not come out to the open because that teacher will be the people journalists.
They did not even give any detail how he died. Was he trying to?
Why would they give?
Did he fall sick?
You don't need to know
something
that.
Happened,
you don't need to know that.
One person died and everybody moved on.
That's all. Only the teacher. Only the teacher that was taken died. Well, it's all good. But the thing is that the truth will still come out. Although the problem is, when the truth comes out, nothing will happen. That's just the thing.
Unfortunately, sir, I know. Unfortunately, when the truth comes out,
nothing will happen.
Done so many things openly.
Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen.
We will keep putting them out
there.
So
that's just it.
We'll keep putting everything out there. And one of these days, they are already so used, sir, they are so used to getting away with all kind of criminality that all of us even believe that nothing will happen. But there's always something I believe will happen, sir, that in this overconfidence, they were going to do one. There are a lot of us who are already used to everything happening that will be like nothing they happen. Well, nothing will happen, Jerry. So nothing, they won't do anything about it. Because we are so used to say nothing will happen, then something will happen. And that will be the end of every one of them.
Maiyegun, in recent time, I kept on repeating this story now for everybody that cares to listen. In this country that I am in, I remember some 20 years or 15, 20 years ago, one guy asked me, he said, "Where am I from?" I said, "I'm a Nigerian." He said, "Okay." Then I said, "But you people are poor." I said, No, we are not poor. We have rich. We have oil. I was telling him, he said, "Really? That means you guys are very, very rich." He now asked me one simple question. Then he said, "What am I doing here?" I could not give immediate answer to it. I said, "No, I came for a greener pastor." He said, "The greener pastor that you could not fight for in your country is what you have come to fight for here." Then I asked him, "What does it mean?" He said, "Do I think this place was like that free, if not for their forefathers who fought and turned everything around?" That I'm talking about corruption and because I said, in my country, we had all this, just that we have poor leadership and all that. That's why I said, and they said you left the politicizing to continue and you didn't give them a fight. And that I came here to now come and enjoy the one that their own forefathers fought for. That, is way back, but it's not dawning on me now that I wouldn't say some of us left because we could not put things together. But things are being put together now. I just wish we can,
keep it up.
Exactly. You understand? Keep the tempo up.
Because, there's
always
the
beginning for everything.
When people say, all of you left your country, you left all those bad people in charge, you complain about them, about you left them there and you ran here. I said, well, you know something? If we look at the brighter side of it, okay, a lot of us have left, and today, we have become very successful enough that our remittances is part of what is subsidizing the country, right? So I said, on the plus side,
we can start to fight back.
So I said, on the plus side that we should probably be doing now is how we can now use the resources that we have in our disposal, at our disposal, right? That we now use them, that even if we can't physically actually get rid of, fight these criminals, but we use our resources, channel them, even if it's a fraction of it, okay, to back those that we believe have what it will take. All of us can't be there physically. But if we are here and we are funding the place and we are funding their failure, and we continue to, at the end of the day, well, the person who told you that years ago is probably still right. You get what I mean now? So that's why it is on all of us and in the diaspora today that, yes, all of us can be there physically. In fact, a lot of us don't even want to be there anymore. But nevertheless, because of those we love, right? We want things done. So why don't we use that resources that we have abroad, channel them into the courses that can actually make life hell for these rogues the way we would love it to be. You know, like you and me, if we say we have power now, we say, oh, mama, if we have power, we should mobilize and get rid of these people. But we know we cannot physically do that, right? But in the absence of that, what happened to our resources? We need to encourage ourselves to understand that if we want to make any changes or any difference, and we can't be there physically, we must materially support those who are putting out the effort out there. And by so doing, we are playing our role.
That is why, Maiyegun, I won't lie to you. I want to commend you and some few likes of you, you know, your type, who are bringing to a lot of people that we already know, but we did not, you know, develop it much proper. And then bringing that analysis that you guys do, you and I know there are other platforms that are putting all these things. I really, really commend you people.
Thank you.
Fortunately enough for me, you know, I'm not in your generation. I'm like two decades above your generation. You can imagine. If you always say you're in your 40s, I'm in my 60s. So you can, I mean, early 60s. So you can imagine. I wouldn't say we failed, but thank God we have people like you now and other younger boys. I mean, young men and women that are really understanding it. That listen, we can fight these people.
Yes.
It might not be by whatever, like Shore will say, revolution. How the revolution will start, I don't know. But I just hope, because there are also peaceful revolution. We can talk, look at, just take Senegal, for instance, now. What happened in Senegal now? Is it not over? I heard they have the election and the opposition won.
Talk a little bit about that. I was keeping that for later tonight, okay? But look at how that played out in that. It wasn't on last month. Their president said they postponed election and nothing will happen. Then the Supreme Court
when
Senegal
the people
came
out on the street,
sir.
When the people came out on the street, what happened? It changed.
The Supreme Court reacted I don't know what's wrong away. With that. The Supreme Court told him and said, no, you can't do that, okay? If you can't choose a date, we will choose that date. Now, they had their election yesterday, concluded yesterday, and a young man has been elected their president.
Yeah, the opposition it came in and, you know what, I just want to make this pose a very, very stupid one, though, but it's obtainable. Now, I used to see these Abobakus, like you call them. The NUWT, whatever they call it, the road, you know, are they not supposed to be like lobbyist group that will lobby government policies on transportation, good roads, and every other thing?
They were supposed to be, sir.
Okay, so if you know what I'm trying to go to, I know because you are somebody that grabbed something on the air. You already know what I'm trying to say.
I do, sir.
From that place. So if people come out to want to protest, you know the people they will use. Especially like in our own Lagos.
They even call them transport union. That's how.
This is what I'm talking about.
What do you call it? That's how demeaning they have made that title.
Do you know I was just fortunate to just listen to them. Everybody speaking there. And you know, schooling is all the optimal job, but then from chairman to anybody, man, I'm not getting anything out of anybody. As in, these people can make policy for roads, road users, and the commuters. And I mean, you just imagine, and these people are known to the government. Where the chairman of a place is not schooled, you know, and how then can you now put people together? What do you want to tell them?
You know, transport work is not for the educated per se. It's for the adding the, you know, people who get married.
Who says?
That's what they will say in Nigeria. Like, you gentlemen don't do transportation business.
Oh my God.
And the thugs.
I know other young men like you and so many who want to put their views on the line. Let me also leave them and have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for what you're doing.
All the best with your appointment.
May the good Lord bless you.
Amen.
Thank you. God bless you, my brother.
Yes, sir. My regards. Thank you so much. That's a good one. I have your method too there. Totu likes to speak to me on the screen rather than on the phone. Totu, do you ever even attempt to call in? Totu. He likes speaking directly there. And he said, the most frustrating thing about all these happenings, the Nigerians people don't have that critical thinking and won't take anything serious. So right. So true. Many have forgotten their history and they have chosen to ignore the facts. Living in denial. Totu, you're right. Here, hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to
Well
you.
done.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, fine. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Maiyegun, do you remember in UK, this soldier man, Lee Rigby, that was killed in Woolwich?
I remember. By the, what's that guy's name again? Adebayo and the other guy, you know.
Yeah. You see, I wasn't born in this country, but I could feel it. I felt so bad that how could this happen?
Baba, I was teary. I was watching it on TV and I was there. I was like, what is this? Like, why would anybody even do this? Like, Baba,
honestly.
Oh dear. Well, go on.
Yeah, that's what they call loyalty. Because I've been in this country for over 20 years. I've never seen a soldier man in military uniform attacking or bullying any citizen.
You will never see the soldier or military in this country in any bad light, except for what you really do abroad. Never. Not here.
Yes. So I was surprised when I see all our people, Nigerians, and even these journalists on Channel, Aras TV, their first statement is our condolence goes to the military, our military men that they were fighting for our sake. What are these people? What is their job? So their job is to, send wrong messages to the citizens, to people defending corrupt government.
That's it.
You see, that, the country is gone. Honestly, this country is Nigeria, not Nigeria.
No, it is a lie. Nigeria. It's a place where people live it, they live fake life and they want it to be so real, so bad. You are living fake. The entire thing is so like unexplainable. Nobody can really explain it, okay? When you ask them, who is a Nigerian? What makes you a Nigerian? They will give you that basic definition. Because I'm from the western part of Nigeria now. I say, but do you know that there are those who are not from any part of what is today's Nigeria, but they are Nigerians too? And this is not even by naturalization. This is not by them following the citizenship route or what have you. Just simply because they are Fulanis, and that's it. So does that then mean that my citizenship and their citizenship is the same? And then they told me, they said, well, their citizenship is even better than mine. I said, then can you define who is a Nigerian then? Nobody has given me that real answer till now. Nobody. Because there's no real Nigerian anywhere. You just say, I am part of a place called Nigeria. Therefore, I must be a Nigerian then. Until you meet others who believe that, you see that space where they occupy, where your ancestors say they occupy. Some of them, they spilled their blood. If all of us could say, I am from Benin, I am from Ijebu, I am from this, I am from that. Sure, you get our ancestors actually spilled their blood, their sweat. When they died, their bones were buried on those lands. But there are people who believe that those places are just like the estate of their own forefathers. Uthman Dan Fodio. Imagine somebody who never fought war with anybody in any part of southern Nigeria, talk less of even winning one. Then their descendant from Futajalon, from Futasoro or wherever, come by and tell you that, you see that place you call your ancestral land, you are just deceiving yourself. As long as it is part of this Nigeria, now their forefather real estate. There are people who believe that. So you want me to now stand up and say, all Nigerians stand up. And those ones too will be like that. That's somebody living in denial. I don't want to live in denial. And even if I have lived a part of my life in denial because Nigeria lied to me, I do not want my children to live a lie too, Baba.
Yes. And you see, most of these people that are living in diaspora, and what they will say to you, they have a business in Nigeria and they're doing blah, blah, blah. And they are lying. Majority of them they were using the money they're making here to fund the business in Nigeria. The business is not profitable to them. Majority of them, they will be borrowing money from their friends here in order to continue doing that business in Nigeria. It's not that they were making profit from that business. They are not successful because the economy will suck the money.
Businessmen and women.
Exactly. So while they were in Nigeria, they will be disturbing us here that please, can you quickly send, please, can you borrow me 2,000, 3,000 baht? I will say to him,
like you are speaking from experience. Yeah, it's like you do have one or two people around that have been like, you have asked yourself, like, my friend, what are you? Why do you keep putting yourself in that problem everywhere? And then, you know,
yes. Why are you? Okay, you are there now. You are paying bill over here. Can you monitor in two places at the same time? You are paying bill here in UK. You said your business is profitable in Nigeria. Then you are borrowing money to. You are only giving money to the people that are working with you over there. It's not that the business is profitable.
No.
The money you are making from here is what you are using to venture the business. But
so
they all because they want to
still be appearing as a big man, a big woman now, who lives in the
UK.
And he has a business in the UK, even though you don't. Then you have a business in Nigeria, and they can say it's an international businesswoman.
Yes. Yes.
What a joke. What a lie.
You see, what a joke. You see, another thing I said to people, I said, before you can, even to kill one single soldier man, is not to talk of 16 soldier men. So something must have happened. Those people they pushed them to the wall before they could now retaliate that no, we can't continue. You can't continue doing this to us. We have to turn back to you people. But they won't investigate that.
No.
They cover it up. They were, you say I was watching one program. So one guy was, defending this army that why would they kill 16? And I said to the guy, I said, why are you doing this? Are you telling me, Afro Nigerian, you can never, would dare you to say you want to kill one soldier man in uniform?
What do they think?
Not to talk of 16.
What do you swallow? You can't go say you won't gather yourself, go kill one soldier. They all kill 16. They are not telling this full story, Baba.
Exactly. You say about this Binance and executive that escaped. What really happened is, you see the security guy now. Everybody knows that you guys will be making money up there. Then you think, say, we will be more or what? They will just negotiate with the guys that if you can pay us the price, we will let you go.
You can just go. Sure you get.
Yes, now.
And if the money, imagine a soldier or somebody who is working as a security guard for NSA, okay? And the entire salary. I'm just saying this now, not to justify it. I'm just trying to let everybody see how corruption is so rich in Nigeria, all right? So you are working for the office of NSA. Person will say, Ribadu, where they collect over 150 billion a year inside the Nigeria budget. But you, they work for them, okay? And then they pay you 50,000 naira as a soldier, okay? Or 100,000 as a security guy. Now, here is a crypto guy that you have been guiding for the past 2 weeks. And somehow some people don't start talking. And then we'll come talk, say, man, if you could cooperate, I could give you I will give you maybe 10 crypto coin, and that can fetch you up to $1 million. I will have my boys set it up for you, and I will give you the login and the key and everything. If all you need to do is just take me out of here and they will deal with the rest. I said, really? So even if they send me to jail, last, maybe 4 years, 5 years later, they will push me out. I don't even want to do police again. Yes, I will do it. When are we starting?
Definitely.
That's how easy corruption works in that place. So, sure you get. But that guy, no escape. He no escape. He walked out normally. He no escape. He paid the right price. And he walked away.
Maiyegun, you're doing a great job, honestly. You see, he get one of Agbadorians there that I explained to him, because these Agbadorians, he always send me messages about Igbo people. And he's a Yoruba guy. Then I said to him, and I gave him this, and I said, okay, let's assume Igbo people, we are the one that sold land to them. They bought it. They built the house there. They bought all this building. They turn them to shop. So now we sold this thing to them. They bought it. I said, Avie, can you tell me one day, one single news that they said an Igbo man now commit suicide or set up a suicide bombing or kill Yoruba's people, children, or kidnap any Yoruba school children.
People wait, they don't they kidnap, or especially like you are saying now, okay, let's say a Yoruba person who is so mad and they are obsessed with the Igbos, okay, Igbos this, Igbos that, all right, then you now say, come, we all know what is going on in Nigeria, all right, but could you please tell me give me any one or two examples of where we have Igbos that are taking people's land and killing them, or what have you, in any part of Yoruba land? Or have you seen any group of people, have you seen anybody that escaped or, sort of freed by kidnappers in Yoruba land that came back and said, you won't believe this, my kidnappers were Igbos, they were speaking Igbos, they were Igbos, this or that? Have you seen any? So where is that obsession for the Igbos coming from? If none of this is by any means, Baba, it is political. Go on.
Exactly. I said it. I said the only issue we have with the Igbos, and we can deal with that, is economy and something.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We know that when they buy all our property in Nigeria, in Yoruba land, they will convert it to shop. That is economy something. So it's like you're in UK. If you want to buy the whole houses in UK and you're a foreigner, but the moment you start killing, you start posting as threat to your neighborhood, killing people, that is where you've crossed the red line.
And everything would have to, and your investment will have to find somewhere else to go. You're right.
Exactly. So I said, Igbo people are economic threat to we in the Southwest. And that one can be dealt with. All we need to do is just put guidelines and make a law.
It is just a competition. See, Baba, I have told people earlier, I said, see, may I tell you something, that self-preservation is such a very fancy word, all right? A fancy word that I have seen bigots use them, all right? Ethnic bigots. Those ethno-religious bigots, those ones are even worse. So they will use the word self-preservation. I love the word. Well, a lot of them have no understanding of the word. They do not understand it. Self-preservation simply means that anyone or any political party that is using ethnic politics, all over the world, I haven't seen any good political group that uses ethnic politics to serve the people or the ethnic they are propagating. Mostly it's just to rob them, okay? But self-preservation starts from you participating in the wealth of the land. The Igbos are businessmen and women, okay? And it simply means wherever there is business, okay, wherever there is business, you find an Igbo man there. Now, if you find an Igbo man in any business and you want to go into the similar business, you call that competition, but you can have an home advantage. The home advantage then will come from the people who controls the wealth of the land. The Yorubas are in charge of the political and wealth of Yoruba land, even though it's the crumb of it that they are sharing to them from Nigeria. Sure you get. But since, since this democracy started, Yorubas have been in charge of Yoruba land. The wealth of Yoruba land, whatever peanut they are giving to them, is going straight into the hands of this majority Yorubas in charge of Yoruba land. Our Obas are Yorubas. Our local government chairmen and councillors are Yorubas. Our state lawmakers and governors are Yorubas. Across Yoruba land, our representatives, our senators, and the rest of them going to Abuja, 90% of them are Yorubas. But guess what? The wealth of this land is in the private pocket of these individuals, past and present. Yorubas are sharing in the poverty of Nigeria today. Our people have no access to we have no access to easy loan for our businesses. Our children have no access to any special state funded, regular, improved educational system where our children will have access to the best of the best education. No, we are not. Our people have no access to the right health care because they don't exist. The money ended up, doesn't mean that, we don't even have access to infrastructures that you can say modern infrastructures that will differentiate us from the rest of, differentiate us from the rest of Nigeria. We have nothing. Our people are poor. the money is in the hands of few. So what are we preserving when others, like Igbos, even Hausas, that comes, and other ethnic nationalities that come to Yoruba land, they come around with the determination that they want to go and work for something. Meanwhile, these criminal political parties, these criminals called politicians, they want our young people to be walking about with entitlements that they are Yorubas, but they will get something in the end and all of that stuff. Meanwhile, the resources that could actually make them compete with everybody to enjoy home advantage, to enjoy that we have seaports in Yoruba land that is politically, strategically placed to make it Yoruba land seaport for Nigeria. None of this is serving our interests. None. And when you look at all these criminals, Yoruba criminals, guess those who are their business partners? The people that they are working with to steal the money, to loot the money, to launder the money, to even steal our people's land. Guess those who are their business partners? Hausas, Fulanis, Igbos, and all of that. But you see me and you, Yoruba, the Yorubas who are the true sons of the land, we are scattered all over the world trying to make something for ourselves. Those who are back at home, right? They are walking about. They have no access to the wealth of the land. But they are telling them that those who probably are more dangerous are those they said are coming to come and take what from them. What do we really have? A Yoruba youth, what do you really have as a Yoruba youth right now in Yoruba land? What do you really have that makes you stand out or special than anybody who is non-Yoruba? But politically, they make them believe that some people are coming to take something from them. We have nothing. We have nothing. There is no special seed of money that they are using to encourage, back in the days when we were growing up, we are hearing about people who made money. They didn't go to school. Community raised funds and they make them multi-billionaires because they started something on behalf of that community and they became something. Today, the politicians are stealing the money. They are giving the money to Lebanese. They are giving the money to the Chinese. They are sharing the money with their other fellow looters from other parts of Nigeria. But they want me and you to start fighting for Yoruba what is self-preservation when you have no money? The Saudis have oil, and they will tell you they have self-preservation. They will defend Saudi Arabia. They will defend the land because there is a connection between the resources of the land and them. When you go to UAE, when you go to all this Arab world, where they also have oil,
Dubai, same thing,
you will see what the citizens are connected with. They are connected with the wealth of the land. Their self-esteem and everything is preserved. When you go to their country, you can see the difference. They'll say, these ones are the citizens, these ones are the visitors. You know where you are. We do not have that in Yoruba land. Any stupid person who is propagating, anybody who is thinking they are defending Yoruba land by hating the Igbos, hating this or hating that, you are stupider than you can think. I'm so sorry I took most of your time. I've always wanted to say this.
No. Ms. Veros, you made a statement on the comment section that what guidelines. What I mean by that is there should be rules and regulation. Where they call a residential area, you cannot come and buy all the properties there and you now want to convert the place to business and area. If you buy a building there and the place is meant solely for residential area, so they should let them know if a Igbo businessman and you bought this property, it's not gonna be converted to shop. So that is what I meant by guidelines and rules and regulations. So they have to abide by
violates that, then they've gone against the rules. So then you let
exactly. So that's what I mean by guidelines and rules and regulations. Not that I know they were contributing to the economy. So it's not that so you have to go by the rules. We should set up rules and guidelines. We should set up rules and regulations.
That's what I told people too. When they said the Igbos are bringing a fake drug to this, I was like, it is so convenient, that if somebody brings in fake drugs, right, for example, and you believe that it's the Igbos, but we can now sort of blame the person who bring in the fake drug, but we can ignore the customs, the NAFDAC, the other agencies that were supposed to make sure that those fake drugs never enter Nigeria, talk less of them ending up in your chemist or your shop, that chemist shop next to you. The people responsible for all of that, they enjoyed that. They collected what they had to collect. And and the drug found their way to the store next to you. You didn't know that the people that should prevent that chose not to, and they have already collected money over your lives. So I said, if the rules and laws are followed, that it will keep everybody and protect everybody from every dangerous things without us having to turn it into Igbo this, Yoruba that, Igbo this, Yoruba that, and all of that. But the damages have been done already. We are only trying to remedy it now. It's so bad. Okay, Baba?
Yeah, valid. Well done, Mr. Maiyegun.
Thank
you.
You
We're watching, we're following you. Okay.
You have a good one. Okay.
Well
nice one, Baba.
Nice one.
Nice one. So that's okay. Wow. But here we are. I think our lady Charm would want to be part of this afternoon. How are you this morning?
Good afternoon. It's afternoon now. It's past 12.
Oh, is it past 12? Right. Now I'm actually going to have to be rounding up soon. I need to put on my replay before preparation for this evening. Okay. How are you?
For the evening. I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Well, I'm very well. I ran into some stormy water earlier. It nearly discouraged me, but yeah, I kind of picked it up again. And we are still here.
Yeah, like you said, you drew positives from that, so that's a good thing, I guess.
I know. Thank you. Great. So, Charm, we are looking for the Binance executives that ran away, and right now we are tracking where we can find the guy. Just in case
I'm wondering why that didn't happen any sooner, because this is Nigeria that we live in, so I'm surprised they lasted this long.
Okay. Well, here we are, Sha. At the end of the day, we're going to hear the whole full gist before night anyway. So,
no, we're not going to hear the full gist. This is Nigeria that we're living in. We're never going to hear the absolute truth of exactly what has happened in this. They want to, whether Binance paid them and made it seem like, oh, you know what, let us give them the illusion that these people escape, because Nigeria is a corrupt country, of course, You were never going to know the fine details of whatever went down there, unless, of course, you catch those Binance people and maybe put a gun to their head, because they too might be under some kind of, what's the word now, where they're not able to share exactly what went down, who they had their communication with and things like that. So we're never going to know the truth. But the bottom line is still
maybe before this evening as well, something else will happen that will take our minds off the whole thing. Then we'll begin to talk about that again and forget about Binance. So only once in a while, one or two of us will now come back and say, Maiyegun, how far with that Binance now? I say, what about leave Binance, Jerry? A new one with the talk now. If I hear this new one.
God. You know what? Exactly, but those are the products of a corrupt society. Is that you have things like this happen and nobody's going to be held accountable, and then the fact that you're never going to really know the truth of exactly what has happened is the product of a bad society. It's a product of a corrupt society that we're living in. It's rather unfortunate. In the first place, they shouldn't have been holding those executives first off, But if it was the same society, they wouldn't have been there. But if it wasn't, even if they had just cause to hold them, they shouldn't have been so, been able to escape or whatever it is that happened, at the moment.
That's not an escape, man.
No.
It's not using words, right? And their media, their media is so crazy, right? They have a way with words as well, right? And most of the time, they know that people will begin to repeat that word. Now, look at us. We are talking about escape because it must have actually been an escape. But this is not an escape. It was pretty much like they let go. They let him go. Charm.
It's possible that they let go. That's what I'm trying to tell you, that the truth of what has happened, right, we're never really going to know. Whether they let them go because they agreed to some things and that, which, legally they're not meant to agree to, which is giving people's data, and things like that. So, but we're not going to know. I was speaking to my sister today, and I said the 3 pillars of deception that we have in Nigeria: the government, the religious leaders, and the media. Because the media, you will never know the truth of anything that is going on. Like we were talking about Okoma, and there's nobody knows the real truth except for outlets like yours that try to dig in and find out, what is it that they're telling us? What exactly is the truth? There's so many things going on. You identified multiple players and things like that, but it's only from your own outlet. We're not hearing it from the mainstream media. We're not hearing from media at all. So these pillars of deception, until we pull them down, right? Whenever Nigeria is not going to move forward. And I like something that you did yesterday. I was on your platform yesterday.
Last night.
And last night, yes. You know, I was doing live, and I appreciate your passion. I appreciate even the, where you are coming from about us attacking each other and things like that. And you have made a lot of sense. Even if we want a society that works, even if we want what our own selfish interests, like you want, I won't say selfish, but you want Oduduwa nation, we want Biafra nation. I don't know if Hausa people want their own nation or whether they just want to carry on with Nigeria. I really can't speak for them because I don't know many Hausa people. The Middle Belt people, they want their own region, do you understand? Independent of whatever contraption that we have at the moment, right? Now, how does it benefit if we're all tearing each other down? Even if you want what you want, we might as well band together, get this lot out of here. Then we can face, the problem of the day, which is governance, and whether or not we want to be governed as one or independently of each other. But if we come and we keep attacking each other, and we're never going to have that, cohesion. No. For us to come together and do something really,
it is the toughest job right now, Charm. It's always been, okay, but I just felt like if people have been observant enough, okay, you realize that this is the MO of APC, Egbekegbe. All of you can cry from morning till night. Oh, you this and that. They will never throw any of theirs under the bus for the satisfaction of the people they call their enemies. These are the people they oppress or they are currently misruling. So if you say, that one is a thief, you need to sack him, you need to sack her, they will pretend that they are not hearing you. At some point, they will even come out and defend the person. To the surprise of a lot of you, like we say, oh, you can't shame the shameless. I am not encouraging us to be badly behaved. When I see anyone who is involved in anything shady, for example, things we condemn, I'm not saying look away. What I am saying is that if you are judging people and then actually going for them simply because of what they believe is different from what you believe, and somehow what they believe, you believe, right? It's sort of against what you believe, then you are not ready. Because listen, when we call out for revolution that people are sort of talking about now disobedient also go participate in the revolution, sure,
Exactly, absolutely.
So if you call for referendum, whether in Igbo land, for Biafra or for Oduduwa nation, now this same obedient will participate too. Because everybody falls into a place they come from. You get?
Yeah,
but if you have always been like, obe this, obe that, because you think you can say that without minding,
one thing I've always,
what I mean? You do it without minding what those young people actually stand for. You can do them elsewhere. Don't do them around me. That's why I reacted that way yesterday. Okay? If people are thinking and smart enough, you realize that we're going to need ourselves. But sometimes people have to experience some certain things before they believe what you believe. Let them experience it. Give them the time. That's what prompted
exactly. And that's it. No, I absolutely agree with you, because sometimes, I've always said to you that, especially when people attack Obi or talk about him, standing on his own beliefs, and I say he's entitled to do so. If you don't stand for something, you fall for something. If he believes that this is the sword, this is the hill that he wants to die on, please allow him to die on that hill. Mm-hmm. Then let experience teach him and say, okay, maybe this is not that hill I need to die on. Maybe I need to die on a different hill. But if you attack him and attack it, especially when you have no receipts, with this attack, that makes you, a, how will I put it, an accessory to the current government that you have, because
you are only you are helping them to destroy who they want destroyed anyway, so they don't have to do it. You are doing it for them.
You are doing it for them, and they're not paying you even.
And the weaker you become, and all of you become, the stronger they are. Can't people see that?
And I think another thing I wanted to talk about, I think African Wahala called, and he talked about obviously Nigeria is not a real country. It's not a real place, right? This was a country that was formulated just to stop Britain and France fighting, right? So it was done. My father used to call it the scramble for Africa. This was done in Berlin, and all of that. My question is, why then, if we understand, why then do we still work within their parameters? Why then do we still go to, if we know exactly what was done to us, why do we still go to their organizations, United Nations, and all of these places to, to talk about how we need to be independent and things like that?
You've heard about the puppet and the puppeteer and his puppets.
No.
You haven't? Okay. Now, you've heard about the piper and the tune.
Yes.
Good. So what happened is that they pretended to have left, but they didn't. And they have in their place the CCs, the ass lickers called African leaders, that they sort of attached to the apron of their imperialist friend. Because of this, they had no good intention for their people too. So it's an opportunity. They want to sleep in the hotel that their master slept. They want to sort of walk in the room that their slave masters sort of walked. And by so doing, whatever they steal from their people, they want a place that it will be securely protected and safe. So in return, they gave the spare key to the resources of Africa to the same people that were chased out of Africa when Africans were shouting independence. We want independence. We don't want to do anything with them anymore. That's how they led Africa back to them. And in return, here we are.
Yeah, I mean, and like we've always been discussing, that this is just an illusion of independence. But I'm thinking that legally that there must be a way we can go about this, because we can't be working. We can't say, okay, we're looking for autonomy or we want to be independent of ourselves when we're still working within the guidelines that they've given to us. It doesn't make any kind of sense. We're never going, because they have written those guidelines. They have done all of that. We're never going to outsmart them because they wrote the words. It came in their own language and everything, right? We need to be able to. I don't know how we're going to do it, but
we can't. I actually need to let people understand something, okay? Even if we are going to have our own country, we're still going to be part of the global system, okay? And there is this thing about globalism. Is it called globalism or something? Something they told us, this conspiracy theory about is so dangerous. Our money, our, this internet of a thing. If you see how internet is connected to the world now, right? It's like into about 4 kind of phases, right? There are sometimes that there are places where they can shut some certain things down, and some countries' electricity and the rest of them will be gone, right? And there are so many things that has been sort of connected in the world today. So it simply means, including financial, what have you, okay? So for you to actually function as a country or independent country, you would still be part of that global system. But how do we escape them? Is by electing the real people, where the people who formed countries are actually people who wants to form countries. And with that, choosing leadership that will actually represent them, speak for them. So by chance, then they will ensure that we always have the best and the fair deal. The world is not fair, charm, okay? And it's not, nobody lives in isolation as well, okay? We're going to end up in this. But when we have responsible, intelligent people who knows why they are who they are and for who they represent, they will stand up and speak for us. And that's all is needed. And we will be respected.
I understand exactly what you're saying. I think the point I'm trying to make is that when you actually do think about it and think about the task that we have in front of us, is really an uphill task. And I know that we still also have to start questioning even the education that we've been given, all of the information that we've been given. You're talking about globalism. You're talking about, obviously, no country is an island upon its own. So therefore, you will do business with other countries. I understand that. But the question has to also be, do we have to? Did we not exist on our own? There was trade. Don't get me wrong. I understand that there was trade, right? But did we have to do international trade? Do we really? But then when you say if you really have to, because your society depends on those international trade, then you come up with the guidelines with which you're going to do that. But the questions still need to be asked, as in, what are we doing? Why are we doing it? Do we need to do it, as opposed to being told that we have to? Because as it is, we operate on it. We have to do this basis. We have to come. We have to.
It's not. We shouldn't use the word "we have to," okay? Because we have choices with who we can actually really transact or trade with. You get that? So the independence part of it is for us to be able to choose who will actually meet our own sort of a standard that we can trade with, not the ones that we were told that we must trade with if we want to exist. Okay, so I get that. So it's a huge job, and that's why we must make sure that real men and real women are those who stand.
Yes.
You get what I mean? Like, go on.
Yeah. Okay, so two things. The previous caller talked about, the problem with the illusionary problem that Yoruba people have with Igbo people is economics. I wish it started from equity. That if there was equity, first of all, then we can address the so-called threat of economics from the Igbos. Because there's a seaport in Yoruba land, but there's no reason why there shouldn't be a seaport in Igbo land.
There's no reason.
Let's be honest with ourselves. Now, when you address those issues of equity, then you can talk about, okay, the guidelines with which everybody would operate in those territories and things like that. When you start from B without starting from A, you really don't have an argument. As far as I'm concerned, you need to start from A. When we address equity, when we address equality and equity and all of those things, before you now address guidelines, there was no equity in the first place, which made them make those moves. So anyway, I'm sure there are people who want to argue that.
No, you are so right. Equity here is that Nigeria is structured in a way that it wasn't meant to work for Nigerians who are trapped within this space. Okay. However, you are right about that inequality that is, and then the injustice that is systemic. So we agree it's all is systemic. And if anybody wants to talk about a fair country, if there's going to be any country at all, there's no point where the eastern part of Nigeria, starting from the people of the people of the Niger Delta straight down to the eastern part of Nigeria who have real access to the sea. There's no point in them not having their own seaport, like having about 4, 5, even like 10 seaports across that axis, which would have opened up and unlock the prosperity of the area to the benefit of the people in that area as well. But politically, systemically, and intentionally, they chose to make sure that that never happened. So and there is no way we can be talking about fairness and ignore that. So you're so right. It's not fair.
Exactly. And I appreciate that because, you don't start from B to start to solve a problem. If, like you said, there was justice, right? Those seaports should have been opened first of all. Then the people in that will explore that their own resources and things like that. And then we can now talk about the transfer and trade between communities and territories, right? And then you can now talk about the terms and conditions of those trades, and things like that. But you don't start from B, like I said, to solve the problem. You start from A. So when we deal with the injustice of, like you said, of what has gone on, then we can talk about the rest that will follow.
And then I want to talk about de-escalate any other thing that everyone has. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Finally, I just want to make a plea on behalf of Just Christian and Ade Williams because we do have our chats and everything, and they're very fair-minded people. I don't really know what went on yesterday because I was really focused on what you were saying. And I always tell you that I don't really do chats as much, right? But I do know that the few times that I do interact with Just Reading, he's very fair, and even Ade Williams, and things that there's never anything deep or whatever. But I just want to say,
sometimes, sometimes people, like as we are here right now, we can't beat ourselves. You understand? And then there will be some heat of the moment as well, where sometimes you don't banter at that moment. Okay, when a message is we are trying to like pass something on, that shouldn't be that time that you have your itchy fingers and then you are bantering. Okay, and it was pretty much like reacting to every word I am saying. Then one of them caught my eyes, and it was like, "Did you just call? Why are you calling my name, Maiyegun?" And I just put a voice to that. It was a text, right? So I just put a voice to it and said, "Okay." He sat there, and it's probably like, "Why are you calling my name?" I was like, fuck off, man. At that point, I was like, I don't want to see this face anymore. I don't want to see this text anymore. And anybody that actually talks like that, I was at the moment when, that's the moment people will think, I mean, what I say could get people, will get some people like uncomfortable, okay? Or why did you say that? You shouldn't say that. Or why are you looking angry? Why are you talking to your viewers like that? That kind of all those reactions. But you know me, that's the moment I'm trying to pass something. And I want everybody to look straight into my eyes and see that seriousness. You get what I mean, right?
Absolutely.
So that shouldn't be the time when people will be now bantering, like, picking what I am saying. I can't say the exact thing he was typing, okay, but I was reading everything. It was like picking my word, and he picked it to that point when I said, including you, Ade Williams and all that. And then boom, it was like, did you just call my name? Why are you calling my name? I was like, fuck off. So that's why I was like, it has to go, including Just Reason too. But Just Reason always come around when there's a different ball game to that one, okay? Where you feel like when I'm trying to de-escalate any sort of a tension that has to do around with this ethnic, tribal, this or that, right? There are some people who will make some comments and they can say, oh, it was just like an innocent comment and all that. I'm like, you don't make such comment this time. Not now. You get what I mean? So I don't know how to put that to you, but I do read people's comments, okay? And sometimes when I'm talking about some things that are really, really, really important to me like that, where I really want to pass a message, like I'm talking to 5-year-olds, right? I would advise, I kind of want, listen, I wanted that moment to finish my rant, all right? Because immediately I finished my ranting, right? Then I'm going to put on this smile, like I wasn't the one who was so hard-faced earlier. But that's not the way you banter. You kind of use my word to play around another. I will get rid of that person. You know what I mean? So it's a bad feeling. I didn't really feel good about it.
Like yesterday when everything was going on, I was just thinking to myself, like, this is why sometimes I don't really engage in the chat, because a lot of the issues that you cover are very serious issues, very, deep issues that we really need to be thinking about. You talked yesterday about the children, what they must have gone through and things like that. And in fact, it broke my heart, because I was saying, like, in as much as we're all looking for our own independence, our own Biafra, our own Ojibwa, so if we leave these people to these people and this is how they're going to mess up generations of girls and things like that. It really, really broke my heart. So I could really appreciate that was not the time for them to, have the banters or whatever it was that was going on. Like I said to you, I don't really pay attention to it. When I come on your platform, I'm 100% focused on what it is that you're saying, because even if I want to contribute, I want to know what I'm contributing to, right? So every now and then I can look at the chat, but I'm just, really focused on what you're saying, things like that. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you. They can always watch, okay? There's something that you should know that too, okay? What happened is that even if I stop people from dropping comments in the comment section, that doesn't stop them from watching. They still do watch. And I just don't like a situation whereby my viewers are made uncomfortable, where what is being raised is sort of triggering a different convo that is sort of like defeating the purpose of why we are here in the first place. You get that?
Yeah.
So when I call people's attention to it and say, stop it, and I want us to stop this or that moment I would expect those who are like real veterans here, those who have been here for a while, okay, to begin to put out their voice and say, listen, guys, no, you know what I mean? Like, change the tone and ensure that, but most of the times everybody just kind of play along. And it breaks my heart that I have to call them out once in a while like that. It breaks my heart, but I had to. And most of the time I had to get rid of them too. That even like shatter my heart. My heart. I have to do it. You get what I mean? Like, I've had people who have told me, oh, if you remove me, does that going to stop me from, is that going to remove food from my table? No. Removing you or blocking you on my platform doesn't really change anything in your life. I only just don't want you to be part of my own life going forward. It's as simple as that. And that shouldn't offend you. That's why I said, if we respect ourselves enough, okay, the first thing we need is to respect ourselves. Even if we don't agree, if we disagree and all of that, it's okay. But you need to do so with some respect. And if you begin to act funny, I'll kind of don't want to see your face again. And your life continues. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, Charm. Okay? So forget about Ade Williams. You will never see him here again. And also, thank you so much for today. Okay? I probably will see you later this evening.
Keep up the good work. What you're doing, and it's very, very necessary. Thank you so much for even giving us the.
You have a good one. Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you too. Nice one. So that's Lady Charm. Okay. So a lot of you have a lot you probably should be doing right now, but you still spend your time here with me. And that's the way I see it all the time, okay? Whether I have a 500 or I have a 5,000, it doesn't really matter. You know, a lot of you who come here all the time, listen to me, you could be somewhere else. You could be doing something else, okay? So I do not want people who also could be doing something else, okay, coming onto my platform to begin to try to spread their ethno-religious sentiments and stuff like that, okay? Pushing things that somehow are totally and in a contrast to my intention of having this platform. My intention of having this platform is to see that those of you who can't even agree will find a common ground and agree, okay? And the community we are trying to build is a real life community. I respect every one of us here. I do. You have no idea how much I do respect the time you spend with me. I know a lot of you also show me that respect and say, oh, Maiyegun, we appreciate the time you spend with us. You see all those valuable time, all those time we spend together, they are valuable. Okay? So we want us to know that when it comes to ethnic, tribal, religious, and what have you, when it comes to that in Nigeria, these are like a secondary things compared to what we are really facing. What we are facing and those who are doing this to us, destroying that place, right? They do not give a damn about where you come from or what religion you really worship or so. So if you want to deal with them, you would have to kind of bend your own rules. You cannot be hating the Igbos and be on Maiyegun's diary political. It's not going to work. You can't be hating the Yorubas and feel comfortable on my platform. You are never going to exist here. Do you understand? You can't be pushing religious this or that or doing all these things that you can't do them here. The effort is to de-escalate and somehow try to change all these false beliefs and false thoughts. Thoughts that they give to us to make us hate ourselves. Why the criminals who divided us are united. That's my goal. So if you come onto my platform and you begin to either causing the trouble of tribal this, tribal that, or you begin to attack somebody on my platform, I won't let you stay here. And I don't give a fuck about how long I've known you. Do you understand? So you don't have to be here too. We should just kind of have that at the back of our mind. This is not this is not your regular skit platform or so. We are talking about real life issue here. And if you don't want to be here, it's okay. It's all right. All right? I just don't want us to entertain that. When people come around here and they, you attack Shore, you attack the obedient, you attack the Biafrans, you want to abuse this or that. You have opinion about all of them because they are not doing what you think they should be doing. Keep them to yourselves. Please. And even if you have to say then, come on, do not disrespect people who choose not to believe what you believe. Because in the long run, they probably will end up believing what you believe if you actually believe what you believe. A lot of us probably don't have that patience, right? I'm a very patient person. And I'm also a very impatient person too. I do not have a stomach to entertain those that will hide behind their keyboard to stroke the tribal or religious this. And every time conversation around it pops up, oh, is this their forte? They will jump at it. You will not last on Maiyegun's diary political. And you can pretend. Okay? You can pretend for a while. Once in a while, you will speak out and I'll get you. I'll get rid of you from here. So again, thank you so much. I'm going to go put on the replay for last night. If you missed my broadcast last night or you missed some part of it, the replay is going to pop up in the next few minutes, maybe in another 5 minutes. And I'm going to go get ready for later tonight too. Everyone should have a good afternoon or maybe good morning. Thank you. I will see you some other time. So let's go to that.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary láyé bí number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary láyé bí number one. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun diary láyé bí number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary láyé bí number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary láyé bí number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary láyé bí number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary láyé bí number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary láyé bí number one. Maiyegun diary politico. Maiyegun diary láyé bí number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary láyé bí number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun diary láyé bí number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary láyé bí number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o. Ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.